And now the third most popular idea. This is from... how do I pronounce this name? Ashok Yuano. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I'm sorry if I got this one wrong. This is the third most popular idea on RuneLabs at the moment. Trimmed quest point cape. The idea is very simple. I believe we should get a quest point cape trimmed when we also have access to the Taskmaster emote. In other words, when all quests and tasks are done, we could earn the ability to trim it by paying a fee to the wise old man. Cue joke about paying him to trim something like the old scam. Tasks and quests are a lot alike, and share the same dedication to obtain as getting any 299s. The trim quest point cape should have slightly enhanced stats. Optionally, it could perform the same functions as the RD cloak, but that would be up to the developers. Janik, what do you think about a trimmed quest point cape?
Well, that would be very interesting to see. I mean, if someone puts that much effort and time into building their account, I don't see any harm in putting out such a interesting piece of content onto RuneScape.
Or in other words, someone like me who's completed all the quests.
Yeah. No one likes to show off, DX.
Yeah. I thought you guys liked me showing off.
Depends if we can bug you afterwards. It depends if...
Alright, Gmaster, what do you think about a trimmed quest point cape?
Are they having a fashion statement?
Who says the fashion parade is not dead in RuneScape?
I'm sure about that, because I think they're adding too much clothes into it that's really unnecessary.
Well, I can understand this idea about a trimmed quest point cape. Every time you get like a skill cape, it's a normal standard color, but when you get a second one, all the skill capes that you get from there on in are trimmed.
The thing is about them is they're mainly the same color. If they were able to get to different ones, then now they'll be a little bit more entertaining, because you're able to, the more capes you get, the higher the color that you're more valuable.
Well, maybe. I like the idea of a trimmed quest point cape because, as, say, if you've completed a quest and then all of a sudden there's a game update and there's a new quest, you have the ability therefore to complete this new quest and actually have the ability to have it trimmed. So I think that's the way that this person here is wanting the way this thing to look. So, you know, I'm all for that one. But I also like the idea, you know, paying a fee for the paying a fee to the wise old man, which is like in the old scamming days of RuneScape, where in the old school RuneScape or whenever, you guys would probably know this, where people were offering to sell trimmed armor, even though that never existed. So in other words, it was just a big scam back then.
Yes, I'm very familiar with that scam. I had people try to pull that one on me.
And J-Master?
I'm not fully aware of it because it never happened to me.
Really? You never got scammed or nothing like that?
No. The only one I know about being almost getting scammed for is someone was saying in the beta or something like that, saying that if I drop my dragon pickaxe, you can pick it up, but at the same time you have to drop yours.
Ooh, that's a nasty one. I wasn't aware of that one. That's an ugly scam. Alright, we're going to move on to the second most popular idea in RuneLabs. And this is by Dragon Seed. It's for a Slayer belt. Alright, this is a long one here, so just bear with me, guys. So many tools, so many uses, so many things to forget when doing a task, and that is exactly what the Slayer belt is for. Never forget that one item again. And in the process, save some inventory space, which can now be used to pick up loot. Items
Indeed.
added to the tool belt will always be active against the monsters you are fighting for a Slayer task, and you can have the option to toggle disable each item. I'm not going to go through all the particular things that are being suggested in this particular post, because there is a lot of ideas. Gmaster, what do you think of a Slayer belt?
It's a good idea, but it's similar to the regular belt. So what they can do is just add it to the normal belt and put for all the Slayer bases, and it just saves a lot more time and room.
I like that idea. You know, you've got the normal standard belt, but maybe underneath your standard belt could be the Slayer belt.
Exactly. It's like when we have the categories for the normal belt for fishing, crafting, etc.
Yeah.
We can actually have a Slayer belt area with that categories, and it shows you all the stuff you need.
Okay.
But the thing is that they have to start doing, not everybody can use everything about what's on for the Slayer. So instead of them putting everything like they did in the first time, what they can do is actually have the people go out and get the items they need. Because if you do that, then it could be unlimited. But at the same time is, some of the products that we have to get, some of the items I should say, actually only have a limited time offer for using that kind of item. As in, they have a certain amount of charge, they have a certain amount of uses, or whatever.
I was going to bring that up about the uses because there is a flaw in this particular idea, and what you just said is exactly one of my points. Especially like an example, the fungicide. That's a Slayer item, but it only has so many charges before you have to get a new one.
And that's what I was saying. It's basically, if you want to do this, instead of a Jagex putting all the items in there like they did the first time, since these ones have limited time use, we have to go out and resupply everything and place it in there a certain amount.
Yeah, I totally agree with that one. I totally agree with you, Gmaster. What do you think, Janik, about a Slayer belt?
I think that would be of a great benefit to the players. I mean, you know, whenever I did a Slayer task, there were times I had to have extra things in my inventory that could have been used more effectively for, say, like for food or other supplies that I would need. So I think that a Slayer belt would come in very, very handy for all of those that are engaging in certain tasks. Now, for, say, like any item that runs out over a period of time, I think a good addition to the game is, say, like some sort of an alert. So, like when your bug spray runs out, it would indicate that. Or say, like you're getting down to only a few uses are left, then that would prompt you to, you know, to want to resupply it, so you're not caught in a bad situation.
You mean like an early warning system saying that you're about to run out, and it might be a good idea to restock up on that particular item? Is that what you're thinking?
Yes, precisely.
Okay.
For comparison, say like when you use anti-dragon fire potion. When your potion is about to run out, you know, your dosage, you know, you get an early warning.
An early warning system.
Here's
Correct.
also something else I just realized.
Okay, J-Master, go ahead.
Rock Hammer, for example.
Yeah.
The gargoyles. Instead of clicking, like I know they put in like pelt if you right click them at a certain after almost killing them. But the thing is, if it doesn't after they put the stuff on the belt, I'm wondering if they'll still have that thing on there, because sometimes when they add stuff on there, they remove something else.
I believe the way to make it work in that case, there is already a reward from the Slayer Master, which is for the gargoyles, where you won't have to right click or use your click on your rock hammer to click on the gargoyle. I would imagine if this were to go through this Slayer belt, that would be enabled when that particular item as a reward has been unlocked.
Yes, but that you also have to remember some of the lower level class cannot do that.
Not until I've got enough Slayer points to actually unlock that particular ability to automatically kill the gargoyle with the final shot instead of having to click it.